The human mind often creates paradoxes, testing the limits of logic with questions that seem profound but are built on contradictions. One such famous question is, can an all-powerful being create a stone so heavy that even it cannot lift it? On the surface, this seems like a genuine challenge to the idea of omnipotence. If the being can create such a stone, it appears to lack the power to lift it. If it cannot create the stone, then there is something it cannot do. Either way, omnipotence seems to collapse into contradiction. But the flaw lies not in the concept of omnipotence, but in the way the question is framed. It assumes that being all-powerful must include the ability to perform logical contradictions. However, contradictions do not exist in reality. They are merely errors in reasoning. Asking whether an all-powerful being can create a stone it cannot lift is like asking whether light can create darkness while still being light. Darkness is simply the absence of light. The moment light appears, darkness ceases to exist. The two do not coexist because their very definitions negate each other. Similarly, it is like asking whether silence can produce noise. Silence is not something that makes sound, it is the absence of sound. The moment noise exists, silence vanishes. Or take space and weight. Space is not an object that carries mass, it is the openness in which objects exist. To ask if space can be heavy is to misunderstand what space is. These contradictions exist only in language, not in reality. Advaita Vedanta cuts through such paradoxes by pointing to the nature of Brahman, the ultimate reality. Brahman is not a separate entity acting upon the world, measuring itself against objects or conditions. It is not engaged in proving its power because there is nothing outside of it to challenge it. The paradox assumes a division, an all-powerful being on one side and an object on the other. But from the Advaitic view, this division itself is an illusion. There is no fundamental separation between creator and creation, between power and limitation. Brahman is the very existence in which all things arise and dissolve, just as waves rise and fall within the ocean. The ocean does not struggle against its waves, nor does space struggle against weight. It simply is. True omnipotence does not mean making contradictions real. It means the absolute freedom to manifest all that is possible. A square circle is not a limitation of power because it is not a real possibility. It is merely a confusion of concepts. In the same way, an unliftable stone in the presence of an all-powerful being is not a real condition. The paradox does not challenge omnipotence, it only exposes the limits of human reasoning. Brahman is beyond all opposites. It is neither bound by power nor by its absence. It is neither creator nor destroyer in any limited sense. It is the very ground of being, in which all possibilities exist and all contradictions dissolve. To understand this is to go beyond the mind's attempt to measure the infinite.